Testing, testing, 1, 2. You want to try your video? Let me go to mine. I know. Normally it takes about 5 minutes and then freeze. Normally it takes about 5 minutes and freezes on me. Bobby Wesley already joined. Bobby Wesley.
So you are on here, and I think that you are on here at the same
time. I want to make sure I can be heard.
Mm-hmm.
Testing, testing. Yeah. But is that Facebook or is that the website?
From here.
You're listening from there, right?
Yeah.
I want to listen from Facebook and
if you want to listen from Facebook, then I can have you.
So I'm on the video right now. I want to listen from Facebook and yeah, that is it. I can hear myself from Facebook. So I'm on the video right now. So let's hope it doesn't. So about 27 people have joined me already. 31 now. So let me lower this and just give them a teaser. For me, I don't care. I can give anybody a teaser. Guys, we got the website setting up. Thanks to my friend and brother who came all the way from PA to help me out. See all of you joining. Where do I have? About 33 right now. So around the country, you guys can rest assured we'll be broadcasting now around the country. All they got to do is go to the website, plug that stuff in, put it in the mix-up. And, hey, CDC is working. We're not waiting for you guys. We're going to be in Nimba. We're going to be in Lofa. We're going to be all around the place. So while some of you guys are playing, we're not playing. What was the website again? I don't even know my own website.
There's a link you share. If they can go to
I shared a link on my page where it says Brumskine, a lawyer or a liar, one of the two. So I can find it from right here, I guess. I'm Sean Jabba. We're trying to. I think the video is going off. Oh no, it doesn't appear. Probably the camera is still on. I wouldn't know for sure. However, anyway, if you're just joining us, we are performing some technological magic over here. And those of you that have gone to my page, you can look at the website. Samuel B. Taylor say he's watching from Minneapolis. I don't know what the heck he's doing over there. He's supposed to be in Tennessee somewhere. Not supposed to be over there, but yeah, that's my buddy. He's on that side. Now my one Bobby, you're watching from Liberia. That's cool. This is what I was talking about. The frozen part of it, but it's all good. We're still right here. A lot of you are waiting to see what I'll say about Brumskine. I've said to you guys before today and before the week that Brumskine was indeed a pathological liar. Many of you took for granted what I told you guys. And now you're beginning to see for yourself that, for yourselves, that indeed the brother is a pathological liar. The brother went and took Know Your Candidate ballots. Know Your Candidates ballots that was brought in by the NDC and distributed amongst between political parties so that they can take and educate their people. This brother would tear half of the ballots off and leave the part with the candidates on there. And the sad thing he did in his lying was to take the whole thing to the police, the local police in Grangie there, turn it over and expected the people somehow not to admit it as evidence. Well, they didn't know any better, so they accepted it from him. It was in a plastic bag. He lied again to the international community and said he had boxes of ballots. Well, what he gave the police was not ballot boxes. He gave them stuffed ballots in a plastic bag. And when the NEC decided to conduct its investigation, they requested 1/3 of the evidence, only to find out that Know Your Candidate's ballots, I mean, it was shameful. I think Brumskine himself did not know that the actual ballots had security bearings on them to show that they were properly secure. I'm sure he learned that yesterday the hard way. He had lied about George Weah winning 1,000 votes in one place in Nimba County, which of course everybody knows that's a stupid lie to tell. Because if anything was to happen, Prince Johnson will be the first to blow alarm on that crap. But I think as part of the cartel, we have to be very careful. As a part of the cartel, what Brumskine was seeking to do was to buy time to allow Joe Boakai, the very man he called a country bigot, to somewhat be able to campaign. I'm not moved by such. I don't care for Brumskine lies. I think I told you all before about a month and a half ago or 2 months ago that Brumskine was a pathological liar. If you didn't believe me then, I'm sure now you believe me when I say something to you. So going on international press and lying, telling the people, you know, all sorts of things that you can't prove. The only evidence he had, and I'm speaking to Brumskine directly, was the ballot boxes he claimed he had from Granjide. It turns out he did not have ballot boxes. What he had was stuffed ballots in the plastic bag. And the ballots that came out of the plastic bags in front of him, I mean, in front of his representatives, the police, the NEC, and the sad thing, they had to fly a whole helicopter down there, a whole helicopter. Damn. Only to go look, Know Your Candidate's ballots. For me personally, I don't see Brumskine as a lawyer. I see Brumskine as a liar. Because during the debate, Brumskine told the Liberian people that the legislature had no right to do what they did. It turns out that Brumskine, again, was a pathological liar because Article 71, I read to the Liberian people, gives the legislature the rights over the judiciary in terms of recalling them, firing them, but it says exactly when they can do it and why. So, again, we play all we want to play. Brumskine lied about his departure from Liberia. He said he left because Taylor wanted to kill him. The truth of the matter is, Brumskine knows why he left Liberia. And for some of you that support Brumskine, I think the best thing to do is to ask Charles Brumskine straight to his face, have you ever won elections in your whole life? Have you ever won any election since you were born, Charles Walker Brumskine? Never. So after insulting the Muslim people in the country, asked to apologize by Charles Taylor, his bigotry and his refusal led him to run away. And then when he left the country, he said, whoa, Charles Taylor wanted to kill me. You can't be living at Hotel Africa because you never built a house in Monrovia. Your law firm is still in somebody's place where you're renting. You've been in so many elections spending millions of dollars, but you got yet to build a real Congo down in Monrovia. You still live in your father's house in Buchanan. And that's why when people ask me, do you think Liberia will develop? I tell them no. Oh no, we are presidency. We will develop as a country. But if you're waiting for the generation of Joseph Boakai and Charles Brumskine and the others to develop Liberia, it's not going to happen. Now, you build a house. But when you get to Monrovia, I hope you can show me Charles Brumskine's house. Or when you get to Buchanan, show me the house that Brumskine built. These are the sad stories. You know, I'll be on the site, but you can see right there, I'm frozen. And that's because of the speed of my internet or connectivity. There's a way they can fix it. But anyways, folks, I want you to understand that there are people going around saying the CDC thinks that they ought to win. Let me clarify. I think you can see the young gentleman here, Tom, drove all the way from PA, came here to set this website out, to get things here working, not only the website, but all the different gadgets and stuff. We are not sleeping. It's 11:03 here in the USA, in the state where we are. 11:03. And we've been beating this thing since 7 o'clock. And if need be, we will sleep right here. So we're testing this thing. So I will always post the link. So when you're in your car, you're able to listen. It's going to be a website. He's done with it. But we will have to put a lot of stuff there on the website. We are connected. You're listening to us right now live. The video quality may not be the best, but we'll work on it. He's going to come back sometime over the weekend again. I mean, he's here tonight. He might be here again tomorrow. We are working just like the Unity Party. We beat the Unity Party by 10 percentage points almost. And then Prince Johnson came up, right, and pledged his support with Mills Jones, Prince Johnson, Magdala Cooper, McDonald Wento, the CDA, and Lennon. You got 3 political parties forming the coalition. You got 1 nationalist movement, of which I am part. That's 4. Then you got 7 political parties added to it. 7 plus 4 is 11. We won what? 12 counties? The first round? With Prince Johnson and on our side from Nimba and Bob Gray the liar out from Buchanan, we are going to give Joseph Parker 15-0 because we're working heavily in Lofa and we're not taking anything for granted. So it's fair to say that Brumskine is not a lawyer, but rather a liar. Again, let me repeat for the record. Brumskine is not a lawyer, but a liar. And then I told you guys 2 months ago he was a pathological liar. Told the president, I didn't know that they were going to say that. Rumors has it that the president asked him, Brumskine, you did this to me on my birthday? He said, well, my team has been negotiating with them, but I didn't know that they were going to do this on your birthday. I didn't even know they were going to say such things. Brumskine, you are a pathological liar. How is it that you would send people and then say you didn't know they were supposed to do this? Well, then why are you sending that? And old little Ben Sanvi, the Liberty Party chairman, he sat down there acting like a when someone lost their parents in a tsunami, kind of put his head down like this as the guy read the press conference, the press statement, acting like he was so somewhere in disbelief. And then you had DeLon, whom I'm told was part of the group that authored the press statement. Yeah, he was the one that helped to write it. And then he was standing in the background acting like he didn't know he helped to write the stuff. Of course, U.S. Representative Little Momo was just present. He had no clue what was going on. He was clueless as to what was going on. Thank you, Dave. David Lagree said, we just from Buchanan on voters awareness. And I think I saw my girl, let me see, Joanna on here. She said, good evening, Eugene. Good evening. Look at Peters. She just there giving them it, give it to them, girl. Give it to them good. There's no fear in this thing. There's no fear. We've been there, done that, and nobody can make us afraid. Don't even dream on trying to make us afraid. Because I've said it, the lady came on the radio. She said, Eugene, the thing that can make the baby man scared. That's my favorite stuff. But let me be clear. I have said Brumskine is a pathological liar. If some of you took it for joke, now you know. That brother had the mind to go on radio and just lie like a kid. Nobody says that there weren't fraud and there weren't some irregularities. I'll be the first fool to look at you and tell you that crap. There were irregularities. There were some fraud. Even in America, Donald Trump said over 3 million illegal immigrants voted in the elections. Something almost everybody pushed back on. Yet America recorded some fraud. There were people who voted twice and people who attempted to vote twice. They were caught. But the question is it substantial enough to overturn the results of a national election? That is the question. I see my boy Glasgow on here. And for you to go on international radio and make it appear as though the election was so fraudulent that you won a complete rerun, it's a joke. And then the evidence you provide does not even match the ballot box or the ballot papers. Know your candidate ballot papers, meaning it was brought in as samples for the political parties to use it to teach their people. And this brother took it and ran with it. Now sources close to him say he's very embarrassed. He called a couple of his boys together and said, you guys have embarrassed me. You told me it was ballot papers. It turns out they're not. And like Vendala Patrick says, he must be given credit. You guys know Liberty Party. If Liberty Party had enough evidence, sure, we would have seen it all over Facebook. You guys know that. You would have seen it all over Facebook. But I had warned all you Liberians about the political cartel. We play around, play around, play around. At last, you saw the cartel coming together. The Ure you heard screaming had to go back to his cartel. Brumskine, who was denied the role of being the new head of the cartel, had to go back to the cartel. Cummings, who we thought unconsciously accepted to work for the cartel, after all the lecture, he finally went to the cartel. But guess what? All of them are about to fall with cartel. It's the people's power. You cannot stop it. I mean, while you were there, making noise, spreading hate between the people of Granjida and Senator Taylor, expressing fear because was not educated enough, according to them, parading the fearmonger of war if is made president, sending the message that no one will work with Senator Weah. The brother just took his bag and was going from world leader to world leader, visiting almost every president that I know in the sub-region and beyond. And then he's sharpening his message to the Liberian people that he would return power to the people. If somebody say, I will return power to you, it means that power, they recognize that power was taken away from you. And that power was given to Brumskine, Ure, Cummings, and their big brother, Uncle Joe. Why do we say so? Let's show examples of why we say the power was given to those guys. Bwaka said he was parked in the garage for 12 years. But we paid Bwaka for 12 years. And we gave Bwaka a budget of almost $3 million a year. And he came back to tell us he was parked in the garage, but he never gave us our money back. Let's look at Brumskine. The president said almost 64 out of the 68 or whatever concessional agreement were bogus. But Brumskine was the author of half of them, almost half of them. And Brumskine's still walking around. That's number two. He said, Eugene, tell us more about how they had the power. Ure will operate 2 radio stations for 5 years and not pay a dime, not for registration, not for license, or in taxes. He and Emmanuel Shaw will acquire 40% share in Lone Star MTM. But they never pay a dime for the shares, neither did the government benefit any taxes. So you know whose hand the power was. My friend and brother Alex Cummings will tell us to our faces, I carry an American passport. He resigned last year, just last year, after 40 years overseas. Ignoring the Constitution, the residency clause, the dual citizenship law, that brother will step onto the stage no matter what. And so George Weah would look at all these people and say, you know what? The first pillar on my campaign is power to the people. I will return power to the people. If you were in the ordinary people's shoes, wouldn't you take it? You pay 25 cents in the market every day to sell bilabo and pepper. Every day you are taxed 25 cents in the market. But you will run 2 radio stations for 5 years and not pay a dime. not to register, not for license, not for taxes. Brumskine will alter 64 out of the 68. He will alter half of the 64. Nobody will hold him responsible for anything, even though the president admits they were all fraudulent. Boakai would tell the whole world that, listen to me, folks, listen to me. I was parked in the garage for 12 years. Joanna said Kumis is becoming an embarrassment trying to get some of his money back. Joanna, please leave Kumis. Leave Kumis. He will live with the reality, because now that he is shown to be part of the cartel, I'm not sure he got a place in Liberian politics again. He needs to cut his vacation and go back. But yes. So you got Brumskine, Kumis, Ure, Joe Boakai. And so when George Weah says, hello, I am going to return power to you, the people, once again. You expect the people to leave that? It's not going to happen. But like I said, Brumskine is a pathological liar. Somehow between the line, people are mixing a liar with a lawyer. It was the same Brumskine who told the Liberian people he could be in front of the U.S. Supreme Court pleading law. Excuse me, are you a U.S. citizen? You go ask him now, he will tell you no. But he is. Knowing fully well we don't endorse dual citizenship. Just every day. This was the same guy that lied to us and said God anointed him to become president. Have you forgotten? This was the same guy that lied to us and told us that he wasn't going to run again. He resigned. He retired from politics. Have you forgotten? But you know, I can say this to all well-meaning Liberians, regardless of where you are currently and what you are doing whatsoever. First of all, let me express my thanks to Brother Thomas Gua, my little brother, come all the way from over there. You know, that's why I often tell people, this is the guy. See the guy right here, man. See the guy. This is the guy. And when I tell you seditions are, when the people tell you, say, I'm a die-hard sedition, shut up. Because there's no other politician or partisan within the Liberian political landscape. You will ask a question and say, oh, what party are you for? They will say, I'm for the Liberty Party. I'm with the Unity Party. The moment you ask a sedition, somehow these people are programmed. They will tell you, I am a die-hard sedition. If you know what that means. And so when I contacted the brother, I said, this was the problem I'm having. You all agree I am doing a great job. The brother said, hold it there. From PA, we talked yesterday. He said, I get off work today. I'll see what to do. The man got off work. Before I realized, the man said, I'm in your driveway. That's almost 2 hours of driving. Now he want to go back. I said, no. I got 2 guest rooms in my house. Don't worry. Chief Senator Colley, you is also selling chicken and chicken air and paying no taxes. There we go again. When they piss the Liberian people, all the Liberian people can come right here and start leaking all the secret. Selling chicken and chicken air, but he paying no taxes. But the people that are selling bitter ball and pepper in the market, know, right? They got to pay 25 cents. That is the work of the cartel. That is the work of the cartel. The political cartel been around for 55 years.
They want to perpetuate themselves into power to keep stealing from the Liberian.
That's all. And for Ellen Johnson Sally to look at the thing and say, look, it's time for a new generation.
Yeah, the woman realized it.
She herself realized it.
Invited all of them to go and help, and then the women.
They call Sawyer. They say Sawyer push him off all of it. They call formula, they say formula high, a handful of it. They call T-Potet, they say T-Potet high, head down like this. How you going to take government job to be your dying bed? How you going to take up? And you've been there for 55 years, you ain't do nothing. Yet still, you still want to be there. They say the vice president called his secretary and said the rating in the time ready to finish. In the 21st century, we will send a team.
I'm not even using phones yet.
They say the vice president still using the phone that got a big battery behind the back. Why are you still doing that? How can you graduate from college? You graduated from college 50 years ago. Go check their records. 50 years ago, college education. That's why you won't compare with today? When you were in school 50 years ago graduating, the people were talking about what you call it, World War, whatever, after the Cold War and all that kind of nonsense. Today, the people talking about globalization. They used to talk about ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missiles. Today, they're talking about the Moab bomb, which is Moab, M-O-A-B, mother of all bombs. They just tested that one in Afghanistan. 50 years ago, T-Potet, Famule, Sawyer. Y'all used to be on the typewriter. Today, some of us can just stay on our phone and do, just like Joanna is saying, he greeted and the Basel people don't like him. All I got to say, they think will type it for me. We in this kind of world and we're allowing people like that to tell us that they want to be in power. For what? It is sickening. It is sad to see Brumskine, a grown man like that without fear, just outrightly lies all the time. You know, Brumskine, if he had become president, Brumskine would have lied to the world that everything in Liberia was okay. Probably he would have lied to tell the world that they don't even need money and food over there. Sir. Brumskine would have lied to the point where he would have told the American people that every Liberian wakes up and eat 4 eggs every morning with 6 bacon and 2 loaves of bread with 1 glass of milk. And he will be smiling saying it. Folks, all of you here that are watching this podcast, I want you to just consider your age or your ages. Just, you don't got to tell nobody your age. Just think about it in your mind. Those people graduated from college or university before many of you here right now were even born. Some of you got 4 children. Some of you got 5, Jeremy. My daughter in college. Those people still sitting down there. I sometimes ask myself, was my country bewitched? Was my country bewitched? Why am I even living? What's the point in me going to school? Taking all kind of funny things and hanging it all over my head. Some of them ones are not even what they call. That one way, what I don't even know how to say it. And I go to real estate school. Yeah, right there. Like real estate, real estate school, and I go there. And I go to forklift school. And they cardiovascular technology. The medical one there. Besides all the other one there. Stay. I can one day they will not let me even give small thing to my country. It was all by design. The children go to school, come to school here in America, graduate, then go back. We're just looking at them. 24/7. You blast them, they call you down, they give you a small job. Every other Sunday, like Dylan and Jenny used to call him on Sunday. I have to say he not married me. Dylan, come over to the house. I got some beans and rice. Then they go eat. Then when he leave from there, he and his friend are not even equal again. Ben Sanvi, I got some hog-ass knickknacks and cabbage mixed with green peas and mixed vegetable salads. Nonsense. A bunch of evil people. Very evil. I mean, very, very evil. So if you see Brumskine telling Eugene, say, you probably will lie about your own death. And it will affect you. Because why? If we see you lying on the ground and wanting to give you help, we will think you're lying to us about a heart attack. I don't think that's the kind of leader we were looking for. But thank God you guys exposed yourself. This was just a test broadcast. So let me go to my buddy. Let's fix some more. And we'll come back. You got sorry for 1%. Hey, look at the man who say he helping Boakai, Henry Costa. You can't win district, then a county. You can't win counties. County, then you won't win counties. You and Ure combined got 24,000. Out of 2 million, almost 2.2 million votes. Out of the Valley votes, almost 1.6 million. 1.6 million plus, rather. You only got 24,000. You and Ure. You won't be flying all around the place. The 24,000 you got, remember, the vice tenor bearer voted for you. The entire ALP team voted for ALP. But now the entire team going to CDC. So only Costa Hin left there. Then he dare say he making video. Folks, you don't even know. Costa is looking for a way to be granted political asylum. But we will never give him that opportunity. Because Costa cannot make it with the surrogates of we are. Costa got to put gadgets in front of him to read from. We don't put gadgets in front of us. I can look at you in your eye and talk straight to you what I want to talk. I don't need gadgets. And I don't need to be fed with information. It's right here. But we will pay him no attention. We will organize his team for him. And let me be clear here. We will have his team. Costa will live freely in peace. But all the tapes we got of the blackmailing comes to an end. You cannot run a station without paying what? Taxes. Under a real presidency, it will be registered and licensed. And if you go on the radio and cuss somebody, man, the person will have their own radio station that will cuss your man. I'm being raw. If you cuss somebody pa, they will cuss your pa. If you cuss somebody, they got their surrogates, they will cuss you back. If you say somebody got 300 million as bribe, we can't catch you, you go prove it. If you can't prove it, that's deception. So Costa look at the whole thing and say, damn, I made my money from blackmailing. The real reason why Costa is afraid is because the CDC have decided that, unlike the past government that declared corruption public enemy, and what? And the second term, a vampire, George Weah said there will be no declaration of what corruption is. George Weah is saying he will not define corruption. He will declare war on corruption. And that's the kind of president we're looking for. The declaration of war on what? On corruption. And so Costa looked at it and said, damn, if they're going to catch everybody, then who do I blackmail to get some of the money? Nobody. Secondly, blackmailing people amounts to a crime. So he looked at it for long and he said, the thing I do for money is a crime. It's not a crime now, but under our we are presidency, it will be a crime because the Constitution says it is. So the brother is deciding to run away. But that's what the Liberian people ask for, and that's what they're going to get. So yes, we're waiting for the Supreme Court tomorrow, and I can assure Liberians, you will celebrate in the streets. Until tomorrow, I'm your friend Eugene L Fahngon. Do have a pleasant good night. I think it works though.
Yeah, go to the app and shut it down. Gotta take note of that.
Or else I will have an open mic.
I mean, anything going on, you have someone who will be listening.
So that means if this kid calls me on Skype in the morning, I need to do it.
Anytime you are going Facebook Live, make sure you come here, you share. You seen it? You share it on your Facebook.
Right.
So anybody who clicks on that, they have definitely, so you can just tell those guys, once you share on your Facebook, they just go straight there and click on it, and then it's on live already while you are, going ahead.
No, but what I'm looking at now
Then you can
is that Skype thing, like how I was hearing you, and it was in the broadcast. So tomorrow he's going to